Alright, fuck the intro. I'm way too pissed off right now. And I'm gonna fucking tell you why. This is my UFC 195 review, and I'm not even gonna talk about the rest of the card. I don't give a fucking shit. I'm only gonna talk about the main fucking event. Now, you guys know me as a happy guy usually. Sometimes I'll get pissed off at certain shit. But this I was really pissed off about, and I got pissed off about it in public. And as you might be able to tell, I was yelling a little bit because I'm losing my fucking voice. So, I was watching UFC 195. Great fight, first of all, between Carlos Condit and Robbie Lawler. Amazing fight. Carlos Condit won the first round. Robbie Lawler won the second round. Carlos Condit won the third round. Carlos Condit won the fourth round. Robbie Lawler won the fifth round. More than it looked like Carlos was winning it until like the last maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes maybe. Lawler was beating the shit out of him for a while. So 2-5 for Lawler, 1-3-4 for Condit. Clear victory for Condit. Only one judge was smart enough not to be a retard. And Condit clearly won the fight. But two of the judges, who have obviously the worst case of Down syndrome, had Robbie Lawler winning. Now, before this fight happened, you can look it up on Twitter. It's probably deep somewhere on my Twitter. But I said I am not going to get mad over who. It doesn't matter who wins. I'm not going to be mad at the victor. Because I love both fighters. Even though Condit's my favorite fighter, that set aside, I did say I'm not going to be mad if Lawler wins or if Condit wins. The only way I'm going to be mad is if someone gets robbed, or if I basically said if someone gets screwed over. Whether it was like a shitty finish, it was like a shitty stoppage, or if it was a robbery for a decision, or whatever it could have been. And it happened to be a pretty blatant robbery. Now, people that say Lawler won, you obviously don't know MMA scoring. Condit clearly won rounds 1, 3, and 4. When you win 3 rounds, all rounds were 10-9, so there was no 10-8 rounds, clearly. Nobody dominated rounds like that. But all 10-9 rounds, you cannot have Lawler win if you only won 2 rounds. 2 of those judges had to win 3 of the 5 rounds, which makes no fucking sense. Because even the third round was the one in question, apparently. Third round, live on stats, like towards the end of the round, I believe it was, they showed Condit landing like 2 to 3 times the amount of strikes Lawler landed. Lawler did land like stronger shots, quote unquote stronger shots, but Condit landed way more. I believe in that round specifically, Condit was backing Lawler up more. And I mean, it was like a huge robbery. Now, I've seen way worse robberies in UFC. I want to make that clear. I have seen way worse robberies, such as Cathal Pendred, and I believe it was Sean Spencer that fought him. It was some fight that Cathal Pendred lost like every single round, and somehow the judges gave him the win somehow. I don't know how. I've seen way worse robberies than that, but that is by far a robbery. Clearly. Anyone that disagrees, you simply don't know MMA judging. I've been watching the sport for a while now. I've looked up what you need to score a round and everything. I know how the scoring system works. I can see why people judge for certain fighters that I don't agree with sometimes, but this one makes no sense that Lawler won. I love Lawler to death. There should be an immediate rematch. Most definitely. I know Woodley deserves a title shot more than anybody. He actually deserved a title shot before Condit got a title shot. But, I mean, it's just fucking bullshit. It sucks. Nothing we can do about it, sadly. The judges are terrible. They don't know how to do their jobs half the time. Like, Kyle Noak on that same card got screwed over. He clearly beat, whoever the fuck that other dude was. He clearly beat him. But the judges didn't give it to Noak because they fucking suck. Judges don't know how to do their jobs half the time. It's absolutely a terrible thing. And also something to back my statement up, and now I'm not biased about Condit, is when Ben Henderson lost, quote unquote lost, to Donald Cerrone, I said Ben Henderson won the fight. He should have won the fight. When they announced Cerrone the winner, it did not make any sense. I got super pissed off that Cerrone won, even though Cerrone, I love Cerrone, and I hate Ben Henderson. I absolutely hate Ben Henderson. And I got pissed that he lost a fight that he clearly won, because he's a fighter that earned the right to have a win on his record rather than a loss. He's simply doing his job, and he did his job better than the other fighter, simply. And it didn't happen. Also, Nick Diaz versus Carlos Condit, a very controversial fight. I'm a huge Condit fan. He's my favorite fighter. And I don't like Nick Diaz. I like Nick Diaz. I don't like Nick Diaz. We can talk about that shit another time. But I don't like Nick Diaz much at all. As a fighter, I don't have much of a problem with him. I just don't like Nick Diaz in general much. But he beat Condit. I agree that Nick Diaz beat Condit. I most definitely agree to that. And I have people that will back me up on I've agreed to that in the past, including Diaz fans. Overall, the card was awesome, and there wasn't a lot of good fights on the card. But Condit Lawler, so far, I'm already going to say it's going to be Fight of the Year. It's January 2nd for 2016. Condit Lawler won Fight of the Year. Condit is the real welterweight champion. Lawler lost the title tonight, but the judges fucking suck. Simple as that. I am extremely pissed off about this. Extremely pissed off about this. Just the fact that Condit's my favorite fighter boosts it up a little bit more. But if Lawler got screwed, I would have done the same thing. Because I said, I love both fighters. Whoever wins, I'm not going to be pissed off. Even if Condit lost by, like, domination or whatever, then obviously Lawler would have deserved the win. I always get pissed off when my fighters lose, my favorite fighters lose. But, I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, like, if fucking Lawler dominated all 5 rounds and Condit won a decision, I would have called bullshit. I would have been happy that Condit won, but I would have called so much bullshit and would have been pissed off that Lawler lost because of a bullshit decision. Anyway, that is my thoughts about this game. Bring on the hate. If you start hating or whatever, then you're obviously a retard. I'm not going to fucking cut it short. You are mentally handicapped if you think Robbie Lawler won. You simply just have to watch the fight again. You have to watch the fight again. Otherwise, if you keep saying Lawler won the fight, then you're wrong. You're simply wrong. He did not win the fight. Judges fucking suck. They're terrible. And if there's not an immediate rematch, then Dana can go fuck himself. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is my UFC 195 angry rant. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.